I have decided to start the project of tiling to kind of get a feel for the remainder of tiles that I have left. And so I might put 2 rows up there to get this started tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I've already moved everything. I need to plug this in so I can use this tonight. Gypsum everywhere. All right, gypsum rose leaf. I didn't realize that was that tight. Oh, I'm hooked on that. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to bring it all the way over to here. Might get Rex the Wonder Tool, undercut that beam I put in a year or 2 ago. Got to pull this off. That was just a thing to hide. Let's see how this does. Well, I was thinking, ooh, it's still sticky underneath there. Yuck. That's just a piece of trim that I had there. Okay, you got to see me do something. So this TV thing here is going to now come in handy, because it's going to go and tuck in right there. How cool is that, huh? And now I can put my ladder back here. So I got my ladder in here. I've been setting up today. I'll see this, like I told you the other day, I got tons and tons of this tile left over. And there it is. I got my wet tile cutter ready to go. I think it's going to be close. And I think I'm going to have to do something back here at the stoop. I've been thinking about that. It's just kind of messy. I might try to make something kind of pretty back there on this old porch. But that'll be another day. So let's get started here. And looking forward to getting the DVD going and maybe dressing up this wall a little bit. I got to get that bracket down. So let me move the computer and get started. And got plenty of daylight left. Been thinking a lot about this clock. I thought about putting it there, but I think the angle's no good. I don't think it'll be easy to tell time, so I kind of was thinking maybe in the middle of the bay window and north, and now I can see it there. But I actually considered at one point doing the clock and painting the hands white, so I could put them up against the tile that you're about to see, which isn't too far off from this color. I think it's going to be acceptable. But I just don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to have to move it over here. But it will be something that I like. I will be using. I like it. I always love this stuff. So it's going to help cover up that mess I had to make there with that fire brick when I put in this stove. Don't put one of these in your house now, okay? And so let's get started. I've got everything ready. I got some tape, measuring things. I've got everything laying out from oh, I'm going to need this. I'm going to kind of mess with my level. And so this is the way it is. Good thing to kind of live alone, because you can kind of leave stuff like this out. Of course, I probably would have done it anyway. So let's get started and see how it goes. Oh, some Godzilla glue. Got some right here. I've got, that's what I'm going to use. I need to read about this stuff to see how long it needs to cure before I do too much. Okay, let's see what the instructions have to, holds in 30 seconds. Ooh, it's the all-weather construction adhesive. Incredibly strong. Well, there's the start. The starting row right there. Okay, that'll go pretty quick. Just kind of get a run over here and get around that thing, and then just kind of make it nicer for me when I'll be tired from putting these other windows in. 3 windows. 3 windows. 3 hombres. So I'm doing it like this. I'm read the instructions. And it says do it in sort of a V fashion. Ooh, that stuff's thick. Not too worried about the wall being very dirty, because I painted it not long ago, so it ought to be fine. I will say this too. I'll pull that off and get the pressure off of it there. And a lot of times you'll find on tiles, and you may not ever know it, that there's little arrows. See the little arrows? See it better on this one. See that little arrow? And I try to match them up that way. And then says Mexico right there on it. So that's why Tres Hombres, I guess. So anyway, just when you put them up, just do them that way. I don't know why. I just do it that way. Just what they say do. I read the instructions on this. It said to put the glue on that way. Don't wait too long with this stuff. This stuff means business on stickiness. What a nice feeling I just had. You see, I just set this level here, and every bubble is level. I just put it down. Don't that make you feel like somebody? Well, let me hit the mute button here so we won't have to listen to any of this mess, because that's all it is. Well, I got the first run in. I'm gonna let it probably just sit there for a long time, probably overnight. This is not gonna be so bad to fit right here, I don't think. Just a little bit of nudging around and maybe a little piece. I thought that was gonna be a lot worse, but that's not bad. So there's the first run, and we'll pull that down. Better that just sits there for a couple hours. What is it, 5:25? I tell you, old Rex, man, I love this tool. So I'm getting ready to put in this piece. I'm gonna go one more. And see, I got this back cut right here, and that's back cut right there. So pretty cool, huh? So I can measure for that piece of tile there, and that'll make me feel real nice. And a little brown caulk, little brown jug. Little brown jug. Well, what you can see up there, it is. It's lightening up now. I got 2 rows in, and that's all I can do before I put the windows in. Whoa, lit up nice. So, all right, we'll pull all that tape down tomorrow. I don't want it to come down on my head when I'm sleeping. So that's it. That's a pretty good start. I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to have just enough, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But those are in and curing, and we'll see about it tomorrow. So today is October 5th, afternoon time. I'm at the local Lowe's, and we're getting the windows today. So that's some of them. I got 5 coming, and these are 4 of them, but the other one's special order. So here we go. A little bit of something to add to the video, huh? Okay, here we are, and I think that we're okay here. Might want to pull a tape on these, make sure we're doing right, because the bottom 2 are going to be the bottom windows. It says top right there on it. So don't uncut these till you're sure. Let's get them in the house. But let's make sure that my measuring was right. God, I hope it was. So I don't have a tape with me. Oh well, I don't have tape with me then. Let's untie it and just match them up. How about that? Alright, I have unboxed them, and that's just what they're going to look like. We are going to be 79.5 tall and 35, or 79.25, 35.5 wide. So they're going to go all the way to the bottom down there, up to halfway up that fire brick. See, well, it's going to go all the way up to there, where my fingertip goes right there. So that's going to be nice. And might have to widen this one a little tiny bit, but I don't know yet. I know that I probably have to buttress this up somehow on the sides. This one's a little bit more narrow. This one's a little bit wider. I probably need 1/2 inch over here, and I'm probably going to need reduce this about 1 inch by putting some lumber in there. Be fine. Everything's here. It's just a matter of getting time to do it. But I guess they're going to sit right there for a while. I think I'll put these in the back room just to keep them safe. That might be better. it's fall, so there's somebody behind me. So you gotta go out, put the top down, go get some 2x4's. What a great way to haul lumber, huh? Somebody's coming up. I was trying to record something nice here. Well, they're not bothering me too bad. Little road trip footage is always nice. Get a shady spot here. This road is about the worst road. Well, the windows are here as we saw, so I'm going to start demolition here now. I'm going to pull those frames off, and sadly I've hurt my back, so but I can't stop. I'm not going to stop because of that. So I'm going to pull these edges off, these decorative edges. I forget what they call it. Pretty soon we're going to be calling it in the wood pile, in the burn pile, or to the dump, or wherever it's going to go. But I've got to get that stuff off of there. Now, I'm probably going to leave the lower ledges on there. I don't know if I end up tiling or doing this brickwork like you see going up behind the stove. I'm probably just going to do the whole flipping thing. So what I mean by that, if I can get the windows in and get everything cut right, then I'm going to just do tile or whatever it is all the way around. There'll be no wood, there'll be no paint work or any of that stuff. And the other thing that I've done today is I got a piece of green felt, because I felt like it. And I'm thinking of doing my tabletop here. I have had a couple of desks in my life that were leather. Tops, it's okay. I mean, it's not really worth it. You want to go out and buy a green leather hide and do your table? Good luck on that. We used to buy hides up at the roaster factory for doing upholstery. Whew, boy, it was expensive then. Now it's really deadly expensive. So I don't know. I think this was less than $20. But boy, the reflection is just cut to zero, and I am very photophobic, super light sensitive, and it's not changing any. So this to me just makes this room instantly better. Although I did like the wood look up there, but I was trying everything I could. It's just too much. So let's I don't know what I was thinking about that piece of wood up there, but we're about to find out. So I think Rex the Wonder Tool is going to be involved in some of this, and I don't think that I did a really bang up job of putting that stuff up there, because why would you? So we'll just get that off and do that stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do about blinds. I might use the Ben Shapiro code and go on blinds.com and just get some new blinds and all that stuff. So Edgar Buchanan, or Buchanan. Sick and tired of that guy. Sick and tired. So this is what happens if you don't build your own stuff. I met this when I got the screws right there today at Lowe's. I met this lady, and she was talking to the guy about not being able to find some kind of hardware, and I really didn't know what. It wasn't any of my business, but she'd been everywhere, and dadgummit, I should have offered to try to fabricate something for her. I kind of feel bad about that, but I don't know. Didn't have my mind on it. So I got all the nails out of here. There are residual nails. These little brad nails that go into the casement. But look at this. Not exactly what I would call a weather tight seal. So I'm going to weather tight that right now. So that makes me think that I'm going to go ahead and pull that lower piece off down there and see what it's like down there too. So I'm not going to be pulling this out when I put the windows in, of course. So, wow. Look, unbelievable. Oh, air conditioning came on. I thought I heard somebody outside. You don't want to be outside here without me knowing about it, because be out in the cornfield. Pitiful. I mean, really pitiful. I know that trim work is designed to cover some evils, but that right there is evil. So what this means is I'm probably going to take the windows, the casement around the window in there. There's only 2 other windows in the house other than that one, which I am thinking of replacing. So that just makes me worried about that. So, but you know, I was thinking of putting one of those little box windows out here, something nicer. And now I think that project is going to be happening because I'm certain that this is not weather tight. I'm certain that I kind of remember pulling that off when I did the door thing. I do remember sealing that around this door here. And this is a double insulated door because there's a good door there and a screen door here. So I'm not too concerned about that. But I think this window here is going to have to come out. I could not get the screen out of this window without cutting without cutting around the frame. So this is a cheap builder grade piece of junk too. See where I had to cut, see where I had to get it, I remember what I used, some kind of grinding tool. I couldn't get the screen out of there, so I just caulked it in. So you can do so much to tighten up your house, but it is messy. So just remember that. 626, don't say 626. Didn't Mazda make a 626? I can't remember those. Every time I look at the clock, I see numbers. It reminds me of things. All right, pitiful. Let's see if we can get over here and get this stuff off. I'm not too worried about behind here because I'm going to be leaving that on there because I've already got that flashing and some brickwork there, and I'm going to be sealing up on the outside best I can anyway. But terrible. I just can't see myself taking that down. I just can't do it. As you can tell back there, there's some flashing and all that stuff. So that would be a big nightmare taking that out. And I think it's weather tight enough. Gotta black that stuff out there too. Time for Rex. I don't know what I'm going to find down there, but let's find out. Yeah, let's take a look under there. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to caulk that. This is the caulk for trim only. I guess that was working. But we're going to cut that out of there. And then we'll lay a bead in here. And we'll clean all that, put some caulk in there, and get all this sealed up. Sheesh, what a mess. Well, sun's setting, I got other things to do, but I've got all the trim off, and it's pretty ugly. So it's all off now, and we're ready to move forward. I'm gonna have to go outside in the morning and start pulling siding off. And there's enough Tyvek out there to where I'm not worried about pulling siding off if it rains or something. It's not scheduled to rain. Man, I've seen structures stand for years and years with nothing but Tyvek on them. Low-grade dog food Tyvek. I mean, you know, store brand. But, you know, they're all made at the same factory. But anyway, getting there. Time to put the pizza in the oven, ain't it? This is an LG refrigerator. I think the 2-week report is that it's very good. The only thing missing was it didn't have Harley Davidson little things in there if you were going to open it from the right side. The other thing I've learned too is that the handle was put on when I got it. I was kind of surprised. I guess they put it on at the store. In my opinion, they put it on backwards. You can see right here where that is. Let's get our bearing on where it is. It looks far better. I turned it around, of course, and you don't have to see this when you open the door. It's a little bit more pleasant and to the eye. The curves are a little better, and this sort of goes. Let's see, the curve of that sort of goes more to the refrigerator. So I know it's dented, and I know all that other stuff. And but I just think that looks better. It just makes ice like crazy, and it's relatively quiet once it makes a couple of batches. So the review on this is very good so far. I guess 2 weeks or so. I don't know, but I'm glad to get rid of those ugly gray little push-ins and put in my little Harley Davidson push-in buttons there. Okay, very good, very impressed, very nice. Don't think I'll be using those for a while, huh? Alright, let's see where we're standing here. I got the storm windows off. You know it's serious when the 2305 comes into play. So here we go. I'm going to have to see old ladybug there. You do the ladybug. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to try to get the siding off around this thing, because back there's the lip that holds in the, see right here, all this stuff's pretty bad. So let's see what I can do here. Is Rex going to be involved in this? If so, I'll probably put some framing around it. I think we're just going to get Rex and go in here and leave this siding here intact, and I can repair that later with something. I don't know. Frame them. I think that might be the thing to do. Look a little better, wouldn't it? Get some good PVC framing. Paint it black. Okay. It's getting too sunny out here for me. I'm going to go in. It's only 10:35 or something, but it's too much for me. Yeah, it's a little windy. The flanges went out a little further than I remembered, and they're the kind of Robertson things, not the ECX stuff. That's an old fitting. I'm sure I got something. The bad thing, of course, is when you're dealing with gemstone, you know, it's a wonderful product, don't get me wrong, but it's, when you slice it up, it's pretty messy. So I think this is where we are. We are going to be at the point of counting our blessings in some respects about where things are. So that's exploratory surgery. You can tell I'm right here directly in the sun, and it ain't gonna work, so that's gonna be it for today. 45 whole minutes of work, but I needed to know what was going on in there. Let's just go see if I can find a bit and be set for in the morning. Get all my tools inside. Alright, I couldn't rest until I found the bit, whatever bit this was. And there it is right there. Alright, now we know that fits fine. I don't care what it messes up, because I'm just going to cut it away. Alright, so I got that going for me. I got to get the air compressor over here. For no other reason to blow all this stuff off of me. See all that fine dust? So, you know what's going to happen there, don't you? There you go. Alright. I've got my table saw set up. Saws. That's my work one, and this is my old rigid. You can tell I've been using it there. And I've been cutting my bevel strips, and I had an interesting thought. First of all, I gotta blow this out. But I was thinking, when I started to cut this thing, I was gonna cut on the 3.5 inch side, and then I started thinking, well, the window's only so wide, and so it's a lot easier to cut finer pieces. So I got 6 of these cut at bevel, and you can tell right there, so that ought to be enough to, oops, that's funny how things happen in it sometimes. And so I got all 6 of them cut, because there'll be 2 on those windows that you see there, and 1 on the great big one going in. So that's right, I really only needed 5. Ooh, look at all the ants I stirred up. Dadgum ants. Consarn them. They're just everywhere. Now I gotta move all my stuff. Whoa! They're really coming after me. Wouldn't you know it? Right when I open everything up, they go over there and they're gonna do soybeans. Well, let me go close up the barn. See all the dust coming off that. What a pain. Alright, I don't want that stuff. Anyway, yeah, it looks like the wind's blowing in a good direction, coming from the north. So it'll blow down the road. Still got to close up the barn. Just got my socks off, dadgummit. Okay, well, the wind has changed to be more favorable for me. So I'll show you what it looks like when they come. Oh, he's going to have to make a funky turn there, it looks like. They have to sort of back up and turn around and get the harvester in the right place. I don't think that's going to focus. Well, maybe so. Oh, see, he's turning around. Oh, where's he going? I thought he was going to come right by here. Oh, he's just I don't know. What the hell is he doing? He's going to go up and back around. He's going to make a 3-point road turn there. The hard way in that thing. No, he's going to go the other way. Well, we'll keep an eye on him. Okay, he's got it all. Oh, there's my lunch. It's ready. Ding. So here he comes. Let's get a better vantage point. I don't want to disturb him, really. Let's just see what it looks like when he comes by. You can almost hear him coming, can't you? Oop. Not anymore. So I'll be able to see the road fully here in a little while. The wind is blowing away from here to a certain degree. Let's zoom in and wait for it. You want to? Okay, see that? You can see that car, a truck out there. I can see the tops of cars. Oh, now he's stopping. Don't stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, let's get it over with. There you go. I don't want to sit down. Whatever gets in the way of my lunch. Here he comes. There he is, all right. And I'm going to back away from here so he won't see me. Keep your mind on your work there. There it is. Hey man, he saw me anyway. Look at that thing. Wow. Unbelievably beautiful to watch farming. So we'll see what it looks like after I eat my lunch. So the wind is not carrying the dirt here too much. God, what a thing. I'm always impressed by this. See it all the time. See it your whole life. Still impressed by it. Okay, we'll see what the road looks like. See how it's going to be so much nicer. I don't know if they'll do any winter wheat or anything like that. Might be able to take up the straw in the back one more time. It's about the middle of October almost. Well, something's gone wrong with them here. I don't know what. I think he saw me that time that they're following up. For some reason. I don't know what went wrong. I'll have to get this up today. I'm looking forward to it being up. I wonder what's going on. Why are they driving around like that? I don't know. Wish I knew the story. Well, I was out doing some cleanup. I see it down there. Broken down, that's too bad. Guess they're going to get parts, maybe. I know that feeling. Alright, well, let's see if it finishes out today or not. and then I see one of these. It's been an action-packed day. There's a little hot air balloon. I don't think he's gonna make it this way. Maybe. We'll see. They launch over there and all that stuff. Well, that thing's still there. Sun's going down. I'm gonna give it a little time, and then I'm gonna cut the grass, and I'm gonna move this stuff around the back. I don't want the wind overnight lifting those up and I bust them. So it'd be easier to see if I did it that way, huh? Yeah, might be 1 or 2 more times cutting grass.